Testing. Good. Hello everybody, I am Omega Recon Gaming. I'll play the games first. Alright. I hate this. I've seen so much of this game, and I think I've even played it once when I was younger. But I played it on N64. That's probably why I hate it. But no, even on PlayStation, probably controls like garbage. I really don't want to play this, but it's part of the collection, so I'll do it. I'm not gonna play it for that long, but this, I need to stress this before I play it, because I know from what I've remember and what I've seen, it controls pretentious, huh? This image definitely looks like an old TV I used to have. It's really funny. Oh. Password. Right, because that's how... Oh, right, and it had... Oh, that's so... So I think, yeah, this was like... Sub-Zero's like... I think it was backstory, because people loved Sub-Zero. It was always Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Those were always the biggest. That's why they're always in promotional material.
You will fail.
Yeah, and the audio dialogue is really quiet. Oh God. Yeah, this game's just like an onslaught of... And enemies will just knock you into pits. Can I not? This... Fuck. Oh yeah, by the way. Did he respawn? Oh, right, I have to unlock my ice abilities. I forgot about that. That's stupid. Like... How do I... Oh. Right, a dedicated but... And on the N64, that was really awful. How do I... Oh. Okay. Oh my god. Wait. Oh, and I'm down at my... God damn it. Oh, I have my... We haven't even gotten to the platforming yet. Oh, right, I gotta... I do like that. I think that was a thing that they put in, that if you get hit, it turns you back around. Oh, right, I gotta... Oh, and then there's... This is so ass. Fuck this game. Wait, I have rewind? You saw that, right? I could not... Like, look at that! Ugh. Oh. Of course, that makes sense for that to be that. Like, who thought this was a good idea? Like, look how difficult these guys are being. Like, this is stage 1, by the way. I'm not asking them to just stand there, but like, their difficulty is absurd. And now I can't even see him. Because that's fair. Ready? Wow, I got to a checkpoint. Isn't that great? But now I have saves. God, in the back, it used to be... Bruh, like, how are you even supposed to deal with that? Like, with TVs back in the day, you were just... See, that's nice. That's not so nice. You... I think I'm gonna clip that. It's just like, this game is so punishing. Like, look at this! Where's he even spawning? It's so ridiculous. It's so brutal! There's like nothing you can do, really! Like, look at this! You gotta move faster or else... And it's like, yeah, you can't... Oh, shoot. Shoot. This game fucking sucks. Like, look at this. Like, this is so oh. Freedom. I feel like I have to save, or else I will die. Difficult does not mean fun. I should save these. Whatever.
The map is mine, Tokyo.
What?
Finish him. Spare me.
I don't even know how I would have even done that. So if you don't kill him, he comes back later, or like there's different... Oh. Because that makes sense. Yeah, bet you didn't know you had to do that, huh? Yep. Why does it keep doing that? I don't want that. I want you to grab... Stop! Down. My God. What's the... Turn around. God. Because that's fair. Because that's fair. Because that's fair. Because that's... Look at this! Look at this, like... Alright, you know what? I'm running straight. Yep. Like... What I... Screw this. Screw this. I'm not doing this. So this one I didn't play.
Finish him! Finish him! Finish him! Sub-Zero wins. Fatality.
Right, this was the first one in like the
Scorpion. Jarek. Finish him!
wait, no, it's it's no, it's no, it's
Scorpion wins.
I know. Dusty, indeed.
Finish him!
So it's What am I doing wrong? I'm not doing anything wrong. Am I not doing it fast enough? What is the problem here? So it's
Finish him!
I'm doing the movements. Am I crazy?
Finish him! Finish him!
One more try and then I'm saying screw this. This just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. I don't want to play it. I should have looked at the controls. Okay, so it's turbo. Draw weapon. Hold block so you don't jump. Wow. Oh well. It doesn't say to hold like it does for the other games, though. That's not on me. I'm letting this intro play because a lot of people like this intro. I mean, the music's nice, and for the time, these graphics, you know, were nice. I don't have any attachment to Special Forces. Trying to keep my breath away from the microphone.
We have an urgent situation that demands your attention.
Oh.
What's the problem, Gemini?
We have a breakout at the Special Forces Maximum Security Facility. A group of highly dangerous superhuman criminals has escaped the compound and are at large. The list of escaped prisoners is as follows. No Face, Tazia, Jarek.
I hope we get a collection of like Mortal Kombat 5, 6, 7, 8.
Warehouse on the south side of town. There's something else you should know. The prisoners received help from an outside source.
It has to be Kano.
It's funny because I've never considered Kano like a big boss. Like, he's sure a villain, but like, he's pretty lame. It's just not my thing. More of a Shao Kahn kind of guy. You know, Montaro I've considered a bigger villain than him. Goro.
Transmission coming in from Lieutenant Sanchez. I'll patch it through.
Trying to think of the what do you call it guy? The cheetah like mixture guy. Name's escaping me. Oh well.
Kano, you're gonna pay for this.
Select button. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so... is so... I'm sorry if people like this, but, like... I just don't like beat-em-ups in general. Fighting games I barely tolerate. It's not really my scene. Like, I like Smash Brothers. Fighters is fun. Mortal Kombat I do really like. Outside of that, because I don't like Street Fighter, and Tekken makes me mad. I'm not doing this. This sucks. Nope. Here we go. Or do I want to save that for last? Because this, I've seen and heard a lot of things. Oh, might as well rip off the Band-Aid. 2 run buttons. Based on Mortal Kombat 3, the portable Mortal Kombat offers 26 players, including Smoke, Shao Kahn, Mutaro. The aggressive nature of the computer-controlled fighters makes this game particularly challenging. Yeah, I'd say so, from what people have said. Yeah. I'm gonna die. It's... Alright. Just a... Do they have like an option in here to change the screen to GBA? No. It's charming. Because not everybody had it, I had a, SP. I actually got a refurbished one, or not a refurbished, like, one of those, like, bootleg ones, but works just perfectly fine.
Sub-Zero. Choose your destiny. Excellent.
You think with this game being, like, on the GBA, it wouldn't be as hard, but it is not. Yeah, this game is very... Yeah. Yep.
Scorpion wins.
You know, I will say this, above the,
Fight. Scorpion wins.
At least this has sounds. So, yeah, that's all you need to know. All that needs to be said. Isn't that great? That was great, wasn't it? That was... Okay. So I've heard interesting things about this game, though. As the GBA went on, games got, like, the jump from GBA to Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance was so huge. I loved and still do love Game Boy Advanced graphics wise. It may be my favorite. It's why I love pixel art so much. It's because it reminds me of that. It's because it looks so good. Like, that's why so many people are so nostalgic. When people found out GBA was going to be on like the Nintendo service, people flipped. Because, like, you know how many people owned a GBA? Insane numbers. And remembered it fondly. Some of the best older Pokemon games were on there. Even, like, the better versions of Gen 1. I'm not even rating this, so... You know what? Let's see if I can... God. Yeah, so... Look at this. I know there's... like, anime Scorpion. Oh, Frost! Was this her first game? It might have been. I don't remember if she was in 4. Were both Scorpions dead? Is that why they did Frost? Don't remember.
Round 1.
Oh. Oh right, he's got his sword now.
Wins. Round 2. Fight.
Stop running, you coward!
Finish her. Scorpion wins.
Yeah, I don't know the fatalities, so... I finally won a match!
Round 1. Fight.
I actually like the design of this Scorpion probably the best, and when they, you know, moving forward, they really, you know, make the ninjas a lot more diverse, and I really like that.
Scorpion wins.
There we go, now I'm stringing some wins together. No wonder why people like this game. It doesn't break your frickin' bones. So I planned on to hopefully this was going to be the last game I was going to cover this year for the but I want to do Claire expedition whatever it is.
Round one, fight.
And then that should be it for this year. Because I've covered everything that I've wanted to besides that.
Frost wins. Round two, fight.
You can't block forever, Frost!
Scorpion wins.
There we go.
Round three, fight.
Right, this game has fighting styles. I forgot about that.
Frost wins.
Okay. See, that was fun. That was a lot better. Alright, Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition. Okay, so a follow-up to the Game Boy Advance Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Once again delivers to the gameplay. That music was hype. I could practice, but I'm pretty much.
Scorpion. Round one, fight.
There we go. Looks like I'm better at the arena fighter games than I am. But no, I'm pretty decent at like Mortal Kombat 9 and like 11. I'm not a pro player at all. Like not even. But I'm halfway decent, I'd like to say for myself. I don't know, I just tried every button to see if it would work. Whatever. This is just more of the same. Okay, now to do something that I actually really want to do. Well, first of all, I want to retry... It's crazy because I never even heard of this WaveNet. God, that opening theme to oh, is this a bug?
Scorpion, choose your excellent. Round one, fight.
You know what? Get over here. Oh.
Jade wins.
At least that was closer.
Fight.
One sec. Let me... What was that? Yeah, I do hope they add, I was just talking about this, I do hope they make a, they go from, like, 5 up, Mortal Kombat 5, Deadly Alliance is not considered 5, I don't think. See, that's the problem. After 4, I don't know the chronology. I think I stopped playing after Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and then I jumped back on at 9, because I got 9, because I like the trail. When I saw the trailer, and it was like, we're going back to our roots kind of deal, and I'm like, yay! So that's when I picked it up, the series again, and I think I got it on like a sale. so. Yeah, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 was the one I played like a ton.
Finish him. Jade wins.
Damn, if you're gonna beat me, at least like...
Smoke. Round 1. Fight.
Hey, I'm not asking. Get over here. Stop running. Why are you running? Why are you running?
Superb.
Why are you running? Why are you running? Why are you running? You, oh my God! She's about to...
Jade wins.
Like...
Round 2. Fight.
I had that! You know what? I'm not asking. Get over here. You know what?
Smoke wins.
I don't care anymore. You must die.
3. Fight.
No, you don't. No, you freaking... Get on the ground.
Finish him. Jade wins.
I forgot I can do this. You know what?
Finish.
I'm not asking. Get over here.
Well done.
I forgot the...
Smoke wins. Round 1.
There we go. That'll help me.
Wins.
Uppercut's your best friend. Just always gotta remember. Uppercut's your best friend. When the game's being mean to you, uppercut's your best friend!
Finish him.
Okay, so it's, shoot!
Wins. Round 1. Fight.
Let me check chat for a sec. Yeah, this is why I like when in the future they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna make like easy fatalities. I don't like that they charge you like those coins for them. I really just think they should just like let you be able to do it, and for the players who like to do that stuff, let them like, I don't know, give them more points or something, or make it do more damage. I don't know, or not more damage, more like add a flair to it, or I don't know. Make or let them get more combat credit or something. I don't know. Yeah, especially in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, it's your best friend. X and OZ! You know what? I'm not asking.
Well done. Smoke wins.
That's what you get, Kano.
2.
Don't like you. You know what? Jeez, did he just...
Wins. Round 3. Fight.
You know what? I'm not asking anymore. You couldn't even give me a good finish him, you... Oh, you bastard!
Superb. Finish him. Finish him. Superb. Finish him.
Okay. Dang it!
Wins. Round 1. Fight. Well done. Smoke wins. Round 2. Fight.
That's cool. You know what? I use this as like my archive channel, and I like to, you know, just review games and tell people whether they should buy it or rent it or, you know, get it on a sale. And oh my god, he just... You know what? Oh no, the reverse!
Wins. Round 3. Fight.
Bro!
Finish him.
The disrespect. At least finish me.
Finish him.
I mean, that was my own fault.
Finish him. Win.
I don't know. Wouldn't you want your characters to like do a fatality? Wouldn't it like be a lot more satisfying?
Finish him.
Okay. So there's it's so fast.
Round 1. Fight.
I'm getting chain comboed. I'm her punching bag.
Sonya wins. Round 2. Fight. Finish him. Sonya wins.
Oh, wait a minute. There is another way.
Round one. Fight. Well done.
Just like, what am I supposed to do? I just get chain comboed.
Fight. Well done.
Bruh!
Finish him. Sonya wins.
Well,
Scorpion. Round one. Fight.
what? Yeah, I think this game has Striker. Man, Striker, and then they just completely deleted him. I think he dies. I'm not sure because I missed a few of the... Wait, novice in this game means outrageously hard? That's insane. I can't believe that. Brutalities are the most sinister. Yeah, brutalities are great, but yeah, and no, and yeah, that's what they have brutalities for. But even in like Mortal Kombat 11, you had an easy one where everybody can just do the uppercut and just knock their head off, you know. But like, and you know what, and like let people do fatalities because that's like the signature of the series, like, you know. But a brutality, if you want to give somebody a really complex button, you know, thing. You know, because not everybody's gonna master, you know. Oh, you're joking? Okay. Yeah, they're just doing combo strings. I'm just bad at the game. And Sonya's just a wall. It's funny because I don't ever remember Scorpion using an axe. It's always a sword or it's a...
Sonya wins. Round two. Fight.
Like, this is supposed to be like a novice. This is the easiest, and she's just like, it'd be one thing because
Finish him. Sonya wins.
and then she had a style on me. I've done enough. I'm gonna do the documentary now because that's what I really wanted to watch. Okay. See, this is a nice collection for people who really like, you know, and even I can appreciate, you know.
Hey, have you heard of this game, Mortal Kombat?
What is Mortal Kombat?
It's like Street Fighter, but you could fucking kill people.
Whoa!
Tekken? Tekken is not easier. You trolling. You trolling. It is not.
And we just threw it all into the game.
You know, there was no template to how to make the games. There was no instructions, just winging it.
And I'd never done this before. I didn't know how to do it. We were just kind of making it up as we went along.
We were just a bunch of knuckleheads doing whatever we wanted, and we were happy.
Mortal Kombat! Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat!
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. It is simultaneously exactly like and nothing like Street Fighter.
Kano.
Liu Kang.
Raiden. Johnny Cage.
Scorpion.
Sub-Zero.
Sonya.
Round one. Fight!
You had to guess like the moves and how to figure out the codes.
Remember having a cheat sheet.
Hit block and mash the buttons. I don't know.
Block, 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 block. High kick.
Fatality.
Kano ripped out a heart, held it up, blood dripping from it.
It's the first time I've seen blood in a video game.
Blood flying out of these people's
Yep.
heads.
My parents were very worried about the violence.
I don't want you guys playing this. This sounds bad.
Finish him.
The game narrator instructs the player to finish his opponent.
Oh my god.
The outrage on this game is so stupid.
Game after
I don't
game
think I
after
was
game.
alive for that though.
I could have never.
I think it was just.
how big it had all become.
It was, is, and always will be a fighting game for everyone.
It's funny to think that it all started from like 4 guys.
Or I was just either that or I was just too young.
Make a cool martial
I
arts
was alive when they were telling, where Christian groups were calling Pokemon Satan. Like it was like that. I was Ed Boon.
My parents were both born in Dominican Republic, and they had they were both doctors. I'm
I
one
do
of
really
5
like Ed
kids.
Boon.
My older brother and older sister were born in Dominican Republic, and I was the first one born in Chicago, in Rogers Park, Chicago. And my brother and sister followed, Mike Boone, who I've been working with for 20-something years now.
So we spent a lot of time playing computer games. We had the old consoles. We had a Bally Astrocade.
The Bally Astrocade was a video game system that had a cartridge that was basic programming.
And you know, you have the little plastic overlay you put over the keyboard, and you could type in basic programs. And we were like,
I don't really consider this
That was
gaming.
my first
I know other
exposure
people
to
do. I don't really consider
what a
this
computer
gaming.
program is, the idea of creating something
Arcade games,
visually
that would be my
yourself,
first
moving
like
pixel on the
big.
screen, and
Even Atari, I do
it
not
just kinda
consider like
taps into your
it's
brain
barely
of,
gaming.
Oh, I have control
It's
over this,
asking so much of
and
the
that's
player
probably where
that
I
it's
really got hooked
it's
on the
not.
idea of being able to control
You
things
know, that's just my opinion.
TV.
Hmm?
All of my friends already had jobs waiting for them. Getting school,
but yeah,
and I
like
didn't. I made one resume.
like the only exception I could make is probably Oregon Trail because that's a lot more, or like King's Quest. That's the closest these like text-based things got to like video games.
At the time, I knew exactly what Williams Electronics was. They were.
But those games were trying to break the mold.
Robotron,
You know.
Sinistar, Moon Patrol.
Sinistar.
There was 100 games that I was aware of. That
I hunger.
Those were exciting days.
Beware, coward! Run, run, run!
Warren Davis.
That was like the first game with stereo sound.
Created the games that you grew up with.
I went there thinking that I was.
I think I may have played Sinistar maybe one time.
And they were like, "No, this is."
And I've been trying to search down because like that voice leaves an impression on you, like a
behind me that was like, eventually I'd like to get into video games, but it sounds like a fun job nonetheless.
Mortal Kombat really changed the gaming space in huge ways.
My first pinball machine was a game called Millionaire. That was kind of like how I got my foot in the door.
Like this was like there were like quote unquote violent games, but not to the extent that Mortal Kombat was, and not to the visual that Mortal Kombat was.
F-14 Tomcat. He was working on a pinball machine, and Eugene asked me if I could do.
This was probably like the first like big, game that was the big violent game that was popular.
Special effects for their games. I became the special effects guy.
I met Ed Boon the day he arrived at Williams. He was a really nice guy, young and naive, and
I love how Ed Boon just really loves the fans, and like he really feels bad like when he makes a bad game. Cause like even like he was like, yeah, we made a bad when he was like talking about I think it was Mortal Kombat Advance, and he was like, yeah, even I'm ashamed to put my name on that.
Gone full time into working on Narc And again, this wasn't just a video.
Narc.
This was a whole operating system and hardware.
Never
He
played that
eventually
one.
gave
I've
me
heard a lot about it.
A hardware system in my office while I was programming pinballs, and then on the side I would just be like making packets of dollar signs exploding that they were using in Narc when you would drop money and whatnot. And so I was just messing around with that and was really getting excited about the notion of working on video games. And at some point there was an understanding that when I was done with Black Knight, I would join the video game department to work on high impact football with Eugene in about 1990, I would guess.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's so cool. I have heard of Warren Davis. I'm surprised there's no modern day like remake of Narc. Well, yeah. But it was like the yeah, people play Mortal Kombat for the cool fighting animations, but back in the whenever the Mortal Kombat came, I can't remember specifically. That's what everybody talked about, and it was a big sticking point because, you know, when you think of the NES version of Mortal Kombat 1. They took out the blood, because, Nintendo was the family-friendly, thing. And they had to take out blood, and Ed Boon thought that was, the whole thing about Mortal Kombat is about sure, the animations are nice, but, the violence is a huge, and, the Genesis was going to have all that stuff. Why would anybody play the SNES version when, first of all, the SNES version was slower, but it was also less, there was no reason, unless you didn't have a Genesis, The
ashes of the video crash were still smoking a little bit. The whole industry, both console and arcade and everything,
Robotron,
rehashing the same simple, character-based games. And as far as character art, at this era, the Japanese were really dominating things, and they had just amazing artists, and we really didn't have that resource in the U.S. And so it was, how do we compete? I was thinking, well, why does it?
Yeah, arcade was the best to show off where best games could do, and then you had to pare it down to consoles. Nowadays, arcade games are behind consoles by a huge margin. I mean, the arcades can have a decent experience now.
Technology was moving, and digitization was starting to happen. So Narc was kind of born out of that.
No, they did not. Even in the collection here, they say the SNES version.
Well, one thing is it would require more than 16 colors. The next step in our
they got the Cuber creator in here. Oh, that's cool.
Back in 86, maybe 87, was going to be 256 colors.
Pixel art is great, but Warren's tools made it possible for us to capture video and then edit that video in a way where we could select the frames very easily.
Eugene wrote the operating system. I wrote the display system.
It was very early, and there was only a few boards that would do this, and they were very, touchy, and, there was no tools, there was no Photoshop, there was no Maya. So Warren was really instrumental in creating that pipeline.
We couldn't grab real time off of a videotape. but we could videotape whatever we wanted and then still frame and grab individual frames. We've got the actual image, which is thousands of colors that an Amiga can generate, but then how do we turn that into 256? So I started exploring these algorithms to quantize or reduce colors from thousands to the best palette of 256 colors.
And there was always big problems with noise and getting washed out images.
Yeah,
and the color was crap.
well, Mortal Kombat 1 I did not like. The remake of Mortal Kombat 1.
Blur, because VHS is terrible quality.
I hope for Mortal Kombat 2,
the studio and the techniques
the remake of that, I hope they
these are the guys working on the hardware.
they throw the tag system in the trash.
If you think about me at the time, I was like, 20, 21.
Or make it better.
And so I
oh, there's a Mortal Kombat 11 poster in the back. That's cool.
That had been done before me, and I mean, I think we all like to talk and fantasize about this garage development mentality and stuff, but really, there were tools and things that were happening behind the scenes that we benefited from.
Again, Eugene Jarvis with like his just kind of overall direction and focus. A guy named Todd Allen who literally wrote a debugger. To this day, I'm just amazed at everything that he's done. And Warren, he made it possible. Like if Warren didn't do what he did, I don't know if we would have been able to have done Mortal Kombat.
And yeah, and Warren was always around, so that whenever we wanted anything else, a request came up, we just went over his office and talked to him, and to be like, yeah, okay, give me a day, I'll have that for tomorrow. And it's like, tomorrow, okay, great.
Besides being an amazing programmer and creating Q*bert and
what I liked in Mortal Kombat 9 was what was it mode? It was a thing where you would add modifiers. It was really fun, and it was the only way I could convince my friend to play it with me, because he's like, I was like, come on, let's play with modifiers, and then he loved it. We had so many laughs, because he didn't like violent. He still doesn't really like violent games. He's lessened on that over the years, but now
conversation. I just don't. I don't dwell on it, although I do have to say I am very proud of my contribution.
Yeah, test your luck.
A lot of people talk about digitized graphics, but it's like they just existed. It's like they just came out of nowhere. No, people don't think that they came from somebody or from somewhere.
And then Capcom was like, yeah, we'll do that too. And that backfired spectacularly. That's actually a really interesting story. Oh yeah, Pit Fighter. Pit Fighter came out first. I forgot about that. Everybody always forgets about Pit Fighter with digitized sprites. Oh, they didn't use it as a sword. It's funny because nobody talks about Pit Fighter because it plays like ass. High impact. Oh, here's John Tobias. John Tobias was huge. I like him too.
And raised in Chicago. I grew up on the city's near west side, which was I was maybe a mile and a half away from the United Center. It was a fairly rough neighborhood, but from my earliest days, I started, drawing. Probably started with a crayon or something. And found myself inspired by cartoons. Anything I saw on TV, I remember Popeye was a big thing that I watched a lot. Seeing Bruce Lee on the Batman television series was a big thing for me. I didn't know who he was. And this was when I discovered, he's this thing called a martial artist. That was the birth of my Kung Fu consciousness. Whenever I watched a TV show that excited me or saw a movie that excited me, the first thing I did was draw a picture and try to retell those stories as comic books. For some reason, the most difficult thing for me was to find stuff to draw on. Paper was at a premium, so whenever I could get paper, I would, draw on it. I would draw on the backs of things. I'd draw on magazines.
I did that.
Whatever I had. Paper seemed to be expensive. Growing up in this city, graffiti art was a big thing that was happening at the time, especially in the early 80s. A lot of the time, we would do stuff, on the sneak. And then I think we discovered after a while, if you just knock on a door and ask, a lot of the times they'll let you paint a mural on the side of their business or whatever it was. And so we did a lot of murals in the mid-late 80s. But I was a huge comic book reader, both DC and Marvel, and found a lot of inspiration from the comic book artists who were popular at the time. And so, of course, it was my dream to illustrate comic books, and eventually actually got a job doing it, and used that money to kind of pay my way through school. Most of the work I did was for a comic book called The Real Ghostbusters, based on the cartoon that was out at the time. I was still at the American Academy of Art, so I was still in college, and I was still illustrating the Ghostbusters comic book, when a friend of mine who I met at the American Academy of Art named John Vogel got a job at Williams Electronics doing pixel art for video games.
He had gotten a job at Now Comics, and he wanted me to help him with Real Ghostbusters. And I was like, sure. So he got me an interview at Now Comics. Then once I got my job...
Oh, look at all those Mortal Kombat figurines.
Mark Trammell now, he's an artist. Who can we get to work with him? And I'm like, I know a guy that's doing the Ghostbusters comic book,
And John called me up and said that they were looking for...
I want to believe these are these people's houses, and they just have...
To work on Smash TV. And so I interviewed with Mark, I interviewed with Eugene Jarvis.
Amazing guy, amazing artist, working on Smash TV. He came up with this animation that the character, as he exploded, the eyeball came up right facing you in the face. And basically he had to, 3D rotate all this stuff. Like the man was a human 3D rendering system. The guy's a genius.
So Smash TV was a lot of fun to work on, a lot of hand-drawn pixel sprites, very small graphics in terms of the character art that I was creating. I know that in the back of my mind, I still wanted to do comic book art, but I fell in love with video games and the folks that I worked with at Williams, and I knew right away that, hey, this is the place for me.
I think this game had like a what do you call it? A Smash TV. I think it had like a sensor thing in it. I remember listening about that.
North California Avenue went back to the 40s. That's where Harry Williams and Lynn Durant had started United Manufacturing.
I was always obviously a big fan of Midway, and I always knew it was on California, and I would drive by and it's like, oh, that's this magic place, and that's where these amazing games were made.
It was weird. It's very Chicago. It's gritty. The paint is from it's government green from 1947.
It was in the pinball factory.
So you walk into the front door and through the factory to get to our offices in the back.
I mean, within a space of 20 feet, you go from silence to cacophony.
It was like an assembly line.
There were just Terminator 2s, just hundreds of them in line being developed, and all the sounds going off, terminated, and all the explosions going off. I was gobsmacked.
Miles and miles of wires and
a lot of fumes from the in-house plating facility, the stamping machines, the burning soldering irons.
Everything smacking into itself, just all these sounds. And
they actually had 50-ton metal presses stamping out pinball legs.
The factory still had dirt floor.
Throw things on the floor because somebody's going to come by and sweep it up.
So you have this catacomb.
At night when you're leaving and the lights are down, and it's like, wow, this would be a great setting for a horror movie or something.
And being a programmer, a lot of times we worked at night. That's when the rats would come out. They would grow to the size of like a small cat. But I remember the vending machines, you know, rats could jump up and get the product, so it'd have to be only the top 2 or 3 rows you could put a candy bar or something. And even then, sometimes you would buy something and it would just be a wrapper.
There used to be a cafeteria upstairs with a private chef.
And the food was delicious. They had it down. We never left the building, okay? We had half an hour to suck it up and get out and go back to work.
Then you'd make it to your office. And the offices were pretty Spartan. You know, they were rough.
Work on video games happened in what we called downstairs. Upstairs was all of engineering.
Everybody had an office, so it was almost like a dorm.
The first time I remember meeting Ed was when John Vogel and I had shared an office.
So I feel like I was involved with Smash TV and Total Carnage because I could see it being made. Ed Boon, I didn't know anything about him. I mean, he was a programmer in the pinball department at that point.
Ed was coming down from the pinball department to work in the video game department.
To work on high-impact football with Eugene. Right next door to me, there was a double office, and it had John Tobias and John Vogel.
And there was a doorway between the 2 offices that was kind of kept closed. He cranked his music really loud, and I remember he poked his head in, and he said, hey, is that too loud? Is the music too loud? And we said, it's a little loud. So he went in and like lowered the music, and he came back, he's like, is that too loud? So anyway, that's the first time I met Ed. And after that, I think Ed started hanging around with the group of us, and we all kind of became fast friends.
And I was mainly software. Those guys were mainly art. So, we had different perspectives and whatnot, just as any group of, guys in their 20s. A lot of conversations started up about movies and video games and wouldn't it be cool and
God,
things
like
like
I would
that.
love to
Hear conversations of all the different games going on. There was only like 2 or 3 games going on. And then we would all kind of like give each other ideas for stuff. It was very collaborative.
A dev room, like kind of the experience.
You know what I mean? Good enough to make a video game. And
because I've made a video game before. I've made 2.
Magic that was happening there.
I never sold them.
Somehow the walls kind of absorbed all of that.
I don't think I have them anymore.
At that point, John was finishing Total Carnage and I was finishing Super High Impact.
I eat quarterback for breakfast.
When we started to talk about what would become Mortal Kombat, I think the initial conversation was about, hey, wouldn't it be cool to do a one-on-one fighting game?
John and I were talking about a game called Street Fighter, who had really big characters. The thing that stood out for us about Street Fighter was they had really big characters on the screen.
I think for me it was anything to get away from the little tiny character sprites that I had done in the last 2 games.
And we were saying, how cool would it be to have our digitized characters?
Street Fighter was kind of fantastical hand animation, beautiful stuff, but their vision was, let's take this photorealistic system we have now and have a photorealistic fighting game.
For me, it was the opportunity to take all this inspiration from all the kung fu films that I grew up watching and kind of throwing it into a game.
The conversation went towards Jean-Claude Van Damme. At some point, just fixated on the idea of doing a photorealistic Van Damme fighting game. And we put a presentation together and we gave it to Roger Sharp.
We're thinking of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Let's see if he's interested.
The reason we made a video to pitch to Jean-Claude Van Damme was because another team at Midway had done the same thing with Terminator arcade game as well as Revolution X to Aerosmith. And so we decided just to go that route because they were having success with doing that. We found the movie Bloodsport, and we basically grabbed a number of frames of him just kind of getting into a fighting stance pose, and we put the power bars and we kind of mocked up what a generic fighting game screen. And again, just to give him the idea of what the game would look like, how he would be the star, and how realistic the graphics would be.
And I reached out, and it wasn't a no. Whether or not things didn't happen quickly enough, I don't think that it was ever like a door closed. John and Ed thought, Roger, just forget it. Because I think we just kind of left it
So that was just kind of like the way that you would pitch an idea. But as far as to management, my recollection was that we never gave a formal presentation. Street Fighter was really big, and when we said we want to do a fighting game like this with our graphics, there wasn't much convincing that needed to be done. It was, yes, that obviously is a really cool idea.
I thought it was a fantastic idea, and I knew that I had to still finish Total Carnage, and I know Ed was still working on High Impact.
Touchdown!
But I think that was the beginning of the conversation.
Maybe our next game could be this.
That's where that's from. I was like,
The team on Mortal Kombat 1 was 4 of us.
My name is Ed Boone. I'm co-designer and programmer. My name's Dan Forden, and I do sounds and music. John Vogel, background special effects. John Tobias, and co-designer and lead artist.
There was other sort of support staff, but that had to do more with like the cabinet and the wiring.
A team being composed.
did they like?
I think
Like, how did they know that eventually they would become big? I wonder if people just do that. It's just like they make.
Or artist, and that was basically it. Everything felt like, being in a rock band or something. Just a very few number of guys. He's guitar.
Maybe they just did it for fun.
We all had our own jobs to do, and we'd fight with each other, and we'd hang out with each other and go see movies with each other and stuff. And
certainly when I started working on Smash TV, it was myself, Mark Turmel, and I think there was maybe one other programmer at the time, and then Eugene Jarvis eventually came on.
Partly it was just the simplicity of the games of that era. 8-bit, pixel art, that a lot of the animation was just done with graph paper. Say Defender, all the animations of that game could be done in a week.
A lot of people think that, somebody up high says you're going to make a fighting game and you're going to call it Mortal Kombat and it's going to look like this, and then we go, okay, and do it. That's not how it worked at all.
It's a bit of the Wild West. There wasn't rules. There wasn't any, well, this is how you make a video game. Everybody made it differently. And as long as cool new stuff was showing up on your screen every once in a while, management would, peek their head in. Oh, you got fatalities going. Good job. And then they'd leave, and you just continue with it.
Win. It was so pure. You didn't have to, have a committee meeting every time you wanted to add a feature. And
things were so loose back then. There wasn't really a workflow. It was like, hey, we need to get something done. Just do it.
It was just like, yeah, let's try this out, and see if it works.
And I think maybe a part of it was also that I wasn't conscious of might have been to keep costs down. I know what my salary was at the time. I don't know what Ed's salary was, but I have to believe that the development of MK, in terms of the cost of us, had to have been, I don't know, not much. And I remember at the end of my first year working at Midway, I was doing my taxes. My dad was helping me do my taxes. When I started at Williams, I was making $19,000 a year. He knew the hours I was putting in, and we did the math, and I was making probably $2 an hour is what I was making working at Williams, and I didn't care. I loved the work so much.
I know it's not a popular topic, but like, the overnighters and the, going out for breakfast, nobody told us to do that. Nobody said, stay till midnight tonight. If anything, they were, you guys are burning yourselves out and you gotta take it easy or something. So.
Burnout is
the schedules, because of how few people there were, and we were all playing multiple roles, wore multiple hats, that there was just too much work. And it wasn't like we were being.
Well, yeah, you got 4 guys working on one game. I guess back then it was a lot, not easier, but.
So passionate that we.
Well, I guess it was easier because games were a lot more simple. That's why a lot of game publishers did not survive into the modern day, because 3D really killed a lot of people, companies.
Who were motivated to do something cool.
HD gaming factually killed a lot.
Flying kick, and it was feeling good, and you wanted to keep perfecting it. And it was my obsession. It was like being paid to do a hobby. If a band is up all night learning a song, they want to nail it. And it's the exact same thing. It's completely self-motivated.
Back then, it was nothing but fun. It was just, working there was just hilarious. Well, the secret sauce was basically we were just a bunch of knuckleheads doing whatever we wanted, and we were happy.
So, I think I'm actually just gonna watch these on my own. Not just stream myself, like, reacting to that. Cause, even though this is fascinating, I do not want a copyright strike. Though I can't imagine this. I don't know. Yeah, this is really cool. I'm not gonna give this game a rating. I feel like I would be too hard on it, because I know people will like this kind of game. It's just not these older core games. I don't know. They're just not my thing. It's too tough, in my opinion. I think I'll stick to the newer age games, even though I did not like the last Mortal Kombat. Well, no, I like the story. I just didn't like the tag system or assist system, whatever. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you all so much for watching. Next time I stream will probably be if I get Claire, or if I don't end up getting that, it probably will actually just be Cyberpunk, and I'll just finish that off and be done with it. And yeah, no, I'll just be finished. I'll just finish that. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.